Look at this matchmaking cheese. I've got a Spider-Man that dies before the match even starts. And you already know we lost this game. Look at the chat. GG's. They know what time it is. They know this is their scheduled loss. Now, this gameplay is an important one to show because Black Panther, we know he's a menace. We know he's some cheese, and they need to patch him. They actually did patch him a little bit. They increased his cooldowns by 2 seconds. This gameplay was before that happened, though. But look at that. I get taken out by Spider-Man, so I switch to Loki. But then the Black Panther's gonna go crazy. So I say, you know what? I've had enough. I've seen enough. I already know what's gonna happen in this game. I'm stopping this BS. I'm not letting them dive all game, and you're gonna see, I'm gonna get them to switch. So the bans for this game, the other team, they banned Penny and Namor. Those are the 2 players that you can also use to stop Black Panther. But really, all you gotta do is switch to Ultron. That's why I don't like it when people are complaining about Ultron. If you don't want to see an Ultron out there, then if you're playing DPS or even tank, you gotta turn around sometimes. You gotta help out, because really that's the way that you stop the dive. You've seen in my games, when I was in Grandmaster last season, fighting all the way up to Celestial, my teammates would turn around and pop them. My Winter Soldier would pop them. Even when I was using Hela, I had an Iron Fist on me. 5 of my teammates jumped that Iron Fist. 5 of them. That's really what you're supposed to do. It takes teamwork, but we all know how the matchmaking goes. In a lot of games, you got people that don't know what to do. They don't know how to stop anything. They don't help. They don't work together. They don't communicate. So if you just want to make sure that you survive and you don't have to worry about the dive, switch to Ultron. So what you're going to do, you're going to put Ultron's drone on the other support. And that right there is enough to stop Black Panther, because when he does his attack, when he throws the spear, and then he does the dashes, he doesn't have enough damage to kill you when you're getting healed by the drone. And then another thing you're gonna do, because as Ultron, you're supposed to be an overseer. So as you're watching the battlefield and you see that he's about to attack, like right here, you see we get attacked? You're gonna pop your overshield button. Whenever you see he's about to start his attack, do that. Now you've got overshield, plus you've got the healing. There's no way you're gonna die. And in that last fight, you saw that Black Panther died again, even Spider-Man died. Now the funny thing is, we have a Black Panther on our team, but they're not using Ultron. They're not stopping it, so he's able to stay out there and dive and go crazy. But the Black Panther on the other team, he's smart. He realized, okay, I've died a few times. I'm gonna switch off. That's what good players do. Good players, they get on Black Panther. When they see it's not working, when they're dashing, they're not getting any kills, they're like, okay, I'm getting countered. I'm gonna switch off. So he switches off. You're not gonna see Black Panther anymore eventually. But the Spider-Man on the other team is stubborn. He's gonna stay and continue to dive, and that's why I stay on Ultron until the second round. I am gonna make a switch to go get the dub at the end. But you're seeing that Ultron, I mean, this is beautiful. We only have 2 supports, by the way. A lot of people say if you're using Ultron, you have to have 3 supports. No, you don't. I even had a game last season, and I showed it. It's on my channel. I was using Jeff, and we had Ultron, and people are always complaining about that combo of healers, but yet we stomped the other team. This was in Grandmaster 1. And I'm not even the best Ultron user. I'm terrible. I only use Ultron when I see a heavy dive. My aim is terrible. I'm missing hella shots, but the strategy, the drone, it's stopping Black Panther. He's not able to really give his team any value, and that's why he's gonna switch off. And what you're gonna do too is if the Black Panther starts trying to target other teammates, maybe he gives up on the supports. That's okay. You're an overseer. You're watching. As soon as he pops up and he targets somebody, put the drone on that person. And then do the same thing. Once he starts his attack, once he starts using his cooldown, you pop the overshield, and that's it. He can't do anything. Look at how long I've been alive with Ultron. I haven't died. This is crazy. And look at how our team is beasting and feasting. Now that the dive, they're not able to stop us and mess up our movement and mess up our teamwork because their dive is no longer working. And Spider-Man is tricky. if you're going up against Spider-Man, you can't just fly anywhere in the sky. You need to stay near your own drone so that way you're getting the healing. So if Spider-Man does decide to attack you, he can't kill you either because you've got that healing on your side. Because I did die earlier when I wasn't near my own drone against a Spider-Man, but not Black Panther. Black Panther can't really just get you in the middle of nowhere in the sky. He can only maybe hit you one time if you're near a wall. He can climb up the wall and then hit you with one attack. So if you're low, he can get you up out of there. But for Spider-Man, stay near the drone to get that healing to stay alive so that you can't die. So now, if you're just willing, if somebody on your team is willing to switch to Ultron, you no longer have to ban Black Panther. You have now freed up a slot on the ban list. And maybe the other team is going to ban Black Panther anyway, because sometimes that happens. The other team, they don't want to deal with it either. But if your team has two other bans going for two other characters instead, that's a major advantage. You can get some more problematic enemies off the board with the ban system. And here's the best part about adding Ultron into the mix as your counter swapper. This works against pretty much all the dive characters. Because this is the funny thing. If you're struggling with Black Panther, as most of us do because he kills you so fast, but let's say you do ban Black Panther, there might be an Iron Fist or a Spider-Man or a Magic going crazy in the game. You didn't ban that character, and then they're taking over. So if you struggle against the dive, whether Black Panther is banned or not, you're still going to be struggling against the same strategy. So if you just go out there with Ultron, put the drone down on the other support, or whoever the dive player is targeting, then you lower the value of those dive characters. You make them have to work a lot harder to get these kills. Like Spider-Man, he's going to stick on Spider-Man all game, and you're going to see at the end of the game, he has a lot of deaths. If I didn't pull out Ultron, he would have went crazy. This Spider-Man, it would have been one of those 35s and 5 games. I've been in every kind of lobby because I've been in bronze, silver, gold. I've gone all the way up, and I've seen people struggle with the dive. And whether Black Panther gets banned or not, if your team doesn't know what they're doing against the dive, it's going to be a nightmare. So just pull out that Ultron, make it a lot easier on your team. It's a very simple strategy, and it works. I've been doing this, and I've been able to get Black Panthers to switch off pretty much every game that I make this switch. So save yourself a ban. Let me know in the comment section if you're actually still going to ban Black Panther anyway. You're like, nah, I don't feel like switching to Ultron. Hell no, I'm going to ban him anyway. I don't want to deal with them. But now I no longer ban Black Panther. I try to ban somebody else because I know if I see him out there, I'm switching to Ultron, and I got us. I'm going to protect us. I'm going to oversee, and I'm going to get these stops. I'm going to make it to where we get the win, and we take the value away from that dive. So Ultron, he's been working for me for all of the dive characters. If there's a Magic going crazy, an Iron Fist, a Spider-Man, a Black Panther, you name it, it's been working for me. Now, the only problem is Blade. It looks like Blade can kill through support ults. And I think he has to be using his ult to do it. Because I've seen clips, just like with every character that comes out, when they first give us that sneak peek, it looks like it's going to be overpowered. So we don't really know how it's going to play when everyone gets to play. We don't know if they're going to nerf this or what, but it does look like Blade can kill through support ult. So if he can kill through Luna's ult, let's say you're standing in Luna's ult and he can still kill people in there, then maybe Ultron is not going to be able to stop Blade with his drone strategy. The strategy you're seeing me use in this game, that it did great for us in that first round. We got the full 3 points. So now in the second round, things are going to get hectic, and you see this Spider-Man is working hard. I got this Spider-Man working overtime. So we'll just have to see what happens when Blade is finally out there. But basically, a lot of the problems in this game can be countered, but people just don't want to counter it. Like, for me, the biggest issue are the flyers. In my lobbies, some of the worst losses I get when we're going up against the Iron Man and he's 29-0. Nobody's shooting up at him. I'm the only guy on the team shooting up at him. And the funny thing is, when I go in the chat to try to get the win, I'm very encouraging. I'll say something like, help me shoot Iron Man. There's nothing negative about that. Isn't that very encouraging? I'm just saying, hey, we can win this. Help me shoot Iron Man. That man is 29-0. And you know what people on my team will say in the chat? They'll go in the chat and say, you do it. The community is just, they do not want to switch characters. They do not want to look up. They do not want to counter. They want to stay on the character they picked, and they just want to lose. They do not want to win. It is hilarious when I say something like, help me shoot Iron Man. Help me shoot the squids. Because they still don't want to ban Namor and Hulk, and then they're out there with the squids and no one's shooting the squids. Then you got Flyers on your team. We're going up against the Penny. They don't want to hit the Penny nest. They're saying you do it. So then I got to try to switch to Groot, because that's one thing that's good about Groot. If you put down Groot's walls, you put that right on the Penny nest, it just breaks the nest. Did you know that? I figured that out. And so now whenever I see a Penny nest, I just switch to Groot and let it fly. Break that nest instantly. But it is so funny how people do not want to work together. They do not want to switch, and they will take losses. And it is annoying when you take a loss against a Flyer, a Human Torch. The man is 20-0 because nobody is switching. Nobody's aiming up there. Everybody's using Squirrel Girl or Moon Knight. There's no hit scan characters out there. I got to switch over to Jeff. I'm aiming the water in the air. I'm the only guy aiming there. I'm the only guy looking up. It's just pathetic when a strategist is the only one trying to take out these problematic enemies. That's why I still like to ban Bruce Banner, because whenever I don't ban Bruce Banner, the other team lets those squids fly. And then my team, of course, nobody knows how to use the Hulk. And then even if I use the Hulk, nobody uses Namor. They don't know how to use Namor. So these combos, I'd rather just not have to play against those combos. So I'll ban that instead of banning Black Panther. Black Panther, I could deal with him. See, I switched to Loki now. We're at the end. We're trying to get this stop. Oh, the Magneto sees me, baby. But look at that BRB. Look at Rocket. I've actually been using Rocket lately too, because Rocket is a lot of fun. And when I use Rocket, I am letting that gun fly. Anytime I see somebody within range, I'm switching from healing to dealing. I am deleting those tanks. If I see a tank in front of him, in front of Rocket, you're done. You're getting deleted. My stat line with Rocket is like 8,000 damage, maybe 10,000 damage, and then a bunch of healing. Not like 50,000 healing and 1 damage like some of these Rocket players be doing out here. Hell no. If I see you, I'm letting those guns fly. So that was a good win, stopping the Black Panther. Black Panther switched. He switched off to tank after it wasn't working. The Spider-Man was stubborn though. He stayed out there, but I made his life. I made him work very hard for those kills. And as you can see, I'm about to hit that Diamond 3. I've been going up to Diamond 3 and then dropping right back down to Plat 1. Every time I go to Diamond 3, they give me terrible teammates. We lose 3 straight, go right back. Give that guy a map. Merch is now available at chrissmooth.com, shipping worldwide. My songs, He Quit the Game, Lob City, and My Camo are now available on all streaming platforms. But look what I'm gonna do to that. I'm gonna block that dunk. Get that cheese out of here. When I did that, I said, all right, Cat might be the character for me. What rhymes with cash? I just put Doctor Strange to the floor.